Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a new to me marker set that I recently got in the mail. So I couldn't help but just test one out quickly before making this video, but for the most part, I haven't spent a lot of time with these markers and I have not swatched them. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the swatches and also I'll be sharing some hand lettering with these. So if I'm being honest, I don't usually say yes when people send me product reviews or things that they want me to try just because there are so many great products out there. I really just wouldn't have the time for them all. So I'm not usually able to do this, but when I saw this marker set, I had a feeling that I would love it and that you would love it as well. So I wanted to give it a try. So with that being said, this is not a sponsored video, but I was sent this pack of markers as a gift. So I just wanted to mention that, but I do have high hopes for these markers. So the box says that you don't have to pump the markers, but it does say that you should shake them up first. So I'm going to put them back in their box and shake them all up because that seems like the most simple way to do that really quickly. All right, let's hope I do not have a mess on the inside. Okay, so if you've been around here for a while, as fun as the bright colors are, I am really happy to see some more muted tones because I do think those are the ones that I will be loving. All right, so before I get into the swatches and hand lettering, I did want to mention that I am out of my beloved HP Premium 32 paper. So I am going to be trying this inkjet matte photo paper. This is something kind of new to me. I didn't buy it for hand lettering. I bought it for actually printing things out, like notebook covers and things like that. And it does make a huge difference, but it does feel like I could use it for hand lettering. So I'm going to try. So let's just go ahead and start with some swatches, which I will definitely speed this up for you because it's probably going to take me a little while. I do want to point out though that they have the numbers on the cap, so that's super helpful. You just have to make sure that you put the right cap on the right marker. So the first impressions are pretty good with this one. I am loving how juicy these markers are. I am not having really any struggles with hand lettering with them. They do take a bit of time to dry, which I would say is the downside of almost any acrylic marker. But I really don't think that's something that could be prevented with a juicy marker like this. It's just something to keep in mind if you especially are left-handed. Another thing that I'm noticing is I'm not really seeing much, if any, fraying on any of these right out of the box. Now you'd think that'd be a given, but in my experience, sometimes brush pens just start out frayed and that is such a bummer and I'm not really seeing that with any of these. Now do keep in mind that I am using that matte photo paper, so this is a very, very smooth paper. However, I have seen that with also using other smooth papers, so I don't know that that would totally prevent it if a marker is frayed. I'm probably going to see it even on this matte photo paper. So I was especially happy to see that because you know it is such a bummer when you buy a brand new pack of brush pens and you start lettering with them and they are frayed. The colors are really beautiful and vibrant as well, and I think they give you a really nice variety of colors. Some of the colors that I'm seeing on here, I'm wondering if they would work on black paper, so I'm going to try that after this as well. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that since I shook up all the markers when they were still in the box, I didn't shake them up until about the light pinks. So once I got to about the light pink, I started shaking some of them, not every single one. I definitely think they looked beautiful even without that, but I do think that you get a better result when you shake them up again if it's been a little while. It took me a little while to do these swatches, so by the time I got to the pinks, it had been a little bit. So now I'm just going to go ahead and try some of these markers on the black paper. I'm not going to try every single one, but I think I can see a few that look like they might do well on black paper. Okay, so some of these do look a little bit better than others, but I was surprised with how many of these looked so beautiful on the black paper. I wanted to try a little bit of layering here, just because I wanted to see how opaque these would get on the black paper. So I'm just doing a little bit of drawing to experiment. I think I often pair this type of art with watercolor because I do a lot of watercolor, but you actually can get such a beautiful look with brush pens as well. And I've been wanting to make myself some coloring worksheets because I think it would actually be really fun and relaxing to use brush pens like this on coloring sheets. But of course I wouldn't want to use like an actual coloring book that has really thin paper. I would want to print it out on something a little bit thicker with a little bit smoother of paper. So I've kind of been working on that just for fun, but I'm happy to share if that's something you guys would like to try out as well. I did have a little bit better result covering up the black when I waited for the marker to dry a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for a really opaque look with some of these markers. So of course I also wanted to share how these work with hand lettering. I do think they kind of speak for themselves. They're beautiful. They're really nice to write with. The colors are beautiful. I'm still not really seeing any fraying. And so like I said, they kind of do speak for themselves. I would love to hear your thoughts about them. For this lettering style, I'm using the Millie worksheets, and I decided to print out a page besides the A, B, C, D page because I feel like I always start with the A's. And then when I don't do the entire alphabet, you guys don't get to see very far past the first few letters of the alphabet. So I thought I would start with the F page, and maybe I'll just keep doing that when I make videos so that I can kind of make my way through the entire alphabet for you. But if you're looking for a printable hand lettering worksheet set, the Millie is one of my favorites, especially for a large brush pen. It's a little bit more modern of a style. It's not like your traditional calligraphy style, and it has a few different characters in there that are just kind of fun. And so if you're looking for super traditional calligraphy, this is not it, but it is a really fun one. I also do have it for sale in my bundle, which is the absolute best deal if you are wanting to get more than a couple of worksheet sets. So I will link all of that as well as the pens in the description box below. Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these and if you've tried them yet or not. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.